Hi, everybody. Welcome to my temporary office. My bed. I just realized that I set the date for technically tomorrow accidentally. So, anyways, hi, Laura Wharton, honey. Hi, Emily. Hello, crazy old lady. Hi, Chucks and Cherries. Yeah, I know. That was my bad. That was my bad. Hello, Shelly babes. And look, we've got our favorite paw pet right there. Billy is actually up on the kitty loft right up there. Earl will probably jump on. Hi, Shelly babes, if I didn't say it already. Hi, Shane. Sorry I'm late, love. Hi, Nina Sage. Good to have you here, sweetie. Hi, Tammy, honey. Yes, the fur babies are awesome. However, I've been waking up very snuffly and very wheezy. And I know the only reason for that is that a certain girl right there, she knows it's her, sheds all over my pillows. She's the only one that sleeps on my pillow and snuggles right up in my face. And yeah, she's causing some allergy issues. So I'm gonna have to wash my bedding again. Oh, honey, I love being here. I feel weird like when I can't be on. Yes. Pretty much. And trust me, she'll be there unless I scare her. Oh my gosh, like if I put on my BiPAP mask, she's gone. She is scared of that thing. I get it, I kind of look like an alien or something, but it is what it is. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. I my daughter had a show choir competition tonight, so I had to remotely attend that to see her perform, and it was amazing. And guess what? Her team won grand champions. That's just, I am so proud of Limited Edition. They have done so well, and the kids work very hard for that. They do. And the show is ever changing. It's never the same every show. They have a director that believes in constant change with it and constant improvement. Like a lot of people will write the show, choreograph the show, and then to just perfect what they have. Not their director. The show that you see at the start of the comp is just kind of like a teaser of what the final will be. And they take the criticism of every show and every judge and all the feedback, and they implement it into the show, into the new choreography. And by the end, what is performed is nothing like what was in the beginning, and it's just tremendous. So the last 2 years, the shows are still, the live feeds are still up. I can't stream them because of copyright reasons, because of the music, but they are still up. And I might put a description link or link in the description kind of thing. But last year the theme was Scooby-Doo. The year before that was my favorite show ever, and it was called Let's Be Real. And it was Pinocchio. And last year was called Those Meddling Kids, or no, just Meddling Kids. And then this year, it's called, I think it's called Anchors Ahoy. I believe. But it's Popeye the Sailor Man. So, and so here's the thing. Y'all know how much my daughter loves me having her on the live at all. Even mentions. So, and that goes the same for her performances. She had a Christmas concert, and now my parents are very ill, and they live, oh, Shelly babes, thank you, honey. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you. So my parents live an hour away, and they're both in kidney failure. My mom just had cancer not too long ago and had that taken care of. Just a lot. And so I thought, okay, I'll just Facebook stream her performance so my parents can watch it. So I put up the live on Facebook, aimed the camera at the stage, and now mind you, I'm in the handicap section, which is like the nosebleeds. It's the farthest row from the stage. You couldn't make out anything. They could have put the freaking Statue of Liberty on stage, and I'd have been squinting to figure out what it was. It was crazy. She saw that I had gone live on Facebook and messaged me and said, "Why are you streaming?" I said, "So Grandma and Grandpa can watch the show." And she goes, "You don't have a right to do that." I said, "But it's being streamed already on the TV, the local TV channel." She goes, "They're paid to do it. You're not. Take it down." I'm like, "Oh, you're going to deprive your grandparents of seeing your show?" She's like, "It's not right." Okay, so I took it down. She's just funny like that. So, at any rate, I cannot be involved. If you guys want to watch it, you are absolutely welcome to watch it. And I encourage you to watch it, not just her show. I encourage you to watch every single show choir show. And showchoir.com, they put up all of the shows every week. They've got a calendar of events, and you can see who's competing where, and it's an amazing display of talent. There's always a soloist. There's very often the high school bands will play. I know for limited edition, it's show choir and show band. Hi, Earl. Hi, baby boy. He is my baby. Yeah, but she's got this thing about people's privacy. She wants to respect everyone's privacy. She's from that era. She's from that era. So, she's just a teenager. So I try to respect her in that manner. Only once. Well, okay, so once last year, would you please not walk on the keyboard? Once last year, and then once this year already, plus today. So that's 3 total so far. Hello. Because I'm silly. I selected the wrong date. I thought I was in Australia or something. Maybe I went to New Zealand. And I think all of those messages, that's either going to be Emily or it's going to be my kid. Only one's my kid. And it was from before I went to sleep or before I went live. Oh, so update on the desk. Who wants to hear that fun story? It's not my fault. I promise it is not my fault. Hi, Lisette Panette. Is it okay? Please tell me. Am I wrong in how I say it? Maybe I say it different every time. Is it Lisette Panette or Lisette Panay? Please let me know. But hi, sweetie pie. Oh, honey, I completely understand. Just do me the favor of hitting the like before you fall asleep, and I promise I won't wake you up on purpose. Well, okay, so it's E.T. So Panette. I was doing it right? No French sound. Do you get that often? Do people question that, or they're afraid they'll get it wrong, so they end up ultimately pronouncing it wrong because they're afraid they're going to do it wrong? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not alone. I'm glad I got it right though, but I did want to make sure because I don't want to be saying your name wrong. You mean too much to me for me to be doing that. And everybody else, I will not be offended. If I'm saying your name wrong, please correct me. Do you hear that, Shani? I just had to. I love you guys. You're so much fun to play with. So, in about an hour and a half-ish, I will have to go get my kid. She's gonna text me when. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate that so much. You are such a sweetheart. Hi, honey. I just got on. It's so good to have you popping in. Oh, thank you. Well, I put something together for us all to enjoy, and the thought when I was trying to do it was something like bingo friendly, because we've all been like starting to play bingo. I know, isn't that something? Everybody goes Patty and they're like, ooh, April. Am I the shit? Is that what it is? Okay, so anyways, the goal was something bingo friendly. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself even. And so anyways, Emily's been working very hard on the bingo cards. I don't know if she's done with them or not. But y'all can pick I don't know, however many categories you want. Let's see, what should we do? Like 5? Pick 5 things, write them down on a piece of paper. Things like, ceiling fan angle, or judge gets mad, or lawyer, oh, what's that called when they, a motion to, it's not recuse themselves, is it? No, that's what a judge does. But hi, Papa Les. Love you. I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling everybody to pick their own cards for tonight. So pick your own categories and write them down. And this is just for funsies. Yes, that would be great, because I'm gonna try to do like the Zoom docket, so that it's specifically a bingo night. Once the cards are ready, then and I've already got the description name planned. Yeah, motion to withdraw. Thank you. I think, stuff like that. Just or, eating in court, or just silly things people do. So pick your own 5 categories: Zoom from car, or cusses at judge, or hot mic moment, stuff like that. And then so pick 5, and if you get 5, then we'll call that a bingo if your 5 are picked. And then you just shout bingo in the chat, and there's no prize yet, but eventually I would like to do prizes. Eventually there's a lot I'd like to do. Ooh, yeah. And see, and these are all things that we're putting on, and Emily's taking notes. She's taking notes. These are all things, as you name them, she's been collecting ideas, and we've been also building off of those, so that there's plenty of square spaces to randomize, so nobody gets the same card. You already got it, huh? Lisette Bennett has already got bingo. I haven't even started the clip. Hey, that's me today. Oh, yeah. I was telling you about the desk. So the reason the desk is not built, and it will be a minute. I'm going to show you pictures. Give me just a second. I gotta bring this up, and I gotta do it off camera, so because I don't want you to see everything that's on my drive. Okay. Oh, and a picture Earl snuck in there too. That's so cute. Oh, my kitty boy, my grandbaby boy. Okay. And now I'm not going to be able to see chat while I show you this, so just remember that. Okay. So as I'm trying to put it together, that's you can barely see on that one. So it's got to line up with this hole, and then it's supposed to line up with this imaginary hole here. And I marked the pieces for ODK, the maker. And this is the left side of the reverse. So this shows that the holes line up perfectly there, but on this side, it's either missing a hole, which is supposed to be right here, or this hole is wrong in the wrong place. And now it's not a matter of the piece being turned around the wrong way, because this pole over here doesn't have any holes, so it can't be that. And the top shelf of, because it's got another shelf like this up higher, and the top shelf fits on perfectly. And there's Kitty Boy. There's Earl Grey. Yeah, my daughter was saying, I'm starving. And I said, here, will picture of Earl help? She goes, Earl is not food. I'm like, well, not here, he's not. She didn't like that joke. What? What do you... I was sharing my screen. It should have been sharing the whole big pictures. I told you I can't see chat. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Hello, Robert Cologne from Germany. My dear, my friend. Oh, I am so upset that didn't show. And now I don't know what to do to make it show. Other than, oh, I know what I could do. Golly, give me 2 seconds. Oh, it's still open. Okay, good. And D-high-S, no. All right, this is risky. Risque, but that's me. I am risque. Now I hope you can see it, because I'm sharing my whole dang screen. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So there's supposed to be a hole right here in order to line up with this piece. And this is what I was doing when it wasn't working, and I didn't know it wasn't working. So I better go look at the chat and make sure it's working real quick. Is it working? Oh, yes. Good. Okay. Hiding you again. I can't see chat. Okay. So part U and part P, and there's no holes on this bar over here. So it's not like I have it reversed. And there's supposed to be a hole right here, because this piece is the back of the shelf, and it's supposed to connect here and here, but it doesn't. Now this is the other side, and you can see the holes line up perfectly. And this is part R, and they line up perfectly on that one. And so here, the only way that this piece would properly fit in the holes is if this side was cocked up 1/4 of an inch. So, yeah, that's my dilemma. That's why I can't put the desk together. I have emailed ODK, and there's Earl. There's our sweet, sweet kitty boy who does not know how to loaf properly, but he is so beautiful. All right, now I'm going to go back here. All right. There. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. God, I hate it when the holes aren't working right. I don't know. But I did let Palmyra Productions team know, and they're fully on board with if I have to send it back or whatever has to happen. They're fully on board with helping me, of course. They're so amazing like that. But I sent, the order number, the product info, the pictures, the explanations, everything. I even sent them a picture of their own dang user manual to show them I'm not crazy. I think what really happened was because they make lots of desks, I think a part from another desk got packed in this box and it's not the part for this desk. Somebody, I think, just grabbed one from the wrong rack. That's it. Because there's got to be, that pattern has to be used for multiple desks. It's got to be. But hi, Missy B. Good to have you, honey. So anyways, that's the story of the desk. So, Palmyra Productions is like, you sure you just didn't get frustrated and you're just grabbed the wrong part or something like that? I'm like, no, I swear. I promise. I'm trying. And even Emily and Tammy, they looked at it with me too, I sent them pictures and I I had them on a live call and I'm like trying to show them the instruction manual and pointing and shaking the phone and making poor Emily sick. Gave her motion sickness because I was, flailing around so much. Sorry, Emily, I love you. But yeah, we tried. I tried. But it is what it is. I will either hear back from them tomorrow Monday. I will probably hear back Monday. But I'm either going to hear that, oh, shoot, we're sorry, let's send you the part. Or I'm going to hear, you silly girl, this is what you're doing wrong. And either way, I'm good with those results. I either want to know what I did wrong or what I'm doing wrong, or I want it fixed. But I really would like to just hear that I'm doing it wrong and then hear what the solution is. That would be awesome, because then the solution is just I do it right. And I have all the parts and stuff. Oh, sweetie, I am so glad that you're back. I'm sorry you were sick. You should have just popped in and told us, and we would have all been sending you love and comfort and hugs, and then your phone would have been blowing up with thousands of messages from us. No. Actually, what the policy is on that, because I've already checked into what happens if it has to get exchanged or whatever. Amazon would bring a replacement. They'd schedule a pickup time, so they would bring a replacement or ship it out, basically, and then a delivery guy would come here and pick up this one. I would just have to kind of put it back into the box. The box that had instructions of cut down the middle, cut top and bottom open, and flail it open. open completely, those instructions. Yeah. So, duct tape. We love you, love. All right. I'm going to put this docket on. It's nothing super exciting, but there's a couple nifty things. You know how I do it. Oops. Not that button. Ava's snoring. If y'all can't hear her, she is snoring. I called it Crank Judge.
Ms. Giroux, what are you here for? I don't have you on my docket.
My attorney told me to turn myself in. I had missed court last week.
Okay. Hold on one second. We need to call court.
Hey, Shelly.
Yeah.
On Giroux, Nick Talwar did not contact the court to turn his client in on a bench warrant. Madam Secretary is sending Judge the file right now. So walk in, she failed to appear for PSI and sentencing.
Do we have a case number?
Yes, I chatted it too.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
Ms. Giroux?
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to call your attorney because he's not here and
Ma'am, I'm in a rehab center and he's not returning my calls. I've been in rehab since December 1st, and that's why I missed court in the first place, is because I'm having trouble getting a hold of him.
Who's your lawyer, Ms. Giroux?
Mr. Talabar?
I don't have his number.
I'm with my counselor right now. He left a message on her line for me to turn myself in by 9:30 this morning. If you want, if there's any way, maybe possibly we could set another court date. I don't know. Because I can't just make phone calls or get on Zoom or anything when I want to. It has to be like a set appointment.
Well, so the clerks need to be able to talk to the lawyers. We'll figure it out when we get on.
Okay.
Court calls People versus Marlin.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Douglas Stovitz for the defendant.
Go ahead.
Judge, it's my understanding, I think Mr. Stovitz filed a motion to withdraw. Is that correct, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Why, Mr. Stovitz?
Very, very significant breakdown in attorney-client relationship, Your Honor. I've obtained what I thought was a fair plea offer. We've gone through preliminary exam. The client came any number of weeks ago, reviewed the police video with his mother. Doesn't want to listen to any of my advice. Just a very, very, very distinct breakdown in the relationship. And I'm not one to drop out of a case because—
What's the plea offer, Mr. Sorrentino?
I don't think we've really explored it because—
What are you talking about, Mr. Stovitz? A very fair plea offer.
Plead guilty on the fleeing charge, but all the other charges in the habitual offender would be dropped. That was my notations.
I would do that for sure.
And there was some discussions of that, and that was offered to the defendant, and he rejected that. If the court might want to review Judge Chupa's comments at the conclusion of the preliminary examination to appreciate my efforts.
I don't have that in front of me. What did Judge Chupa say?
Well, he thought that frankly, my client should be charged more severely, that he engaged in a very dangerous course of conduct. All right,
Mr. Marlin, you want a new attorney?
Yes, Your Honor. I have been working with him. He has not been working with me. I've tried multiple times. It seemed like if I'm not trying to take a plea agreement, we're bumping heads. And that's not fair to me. I don't even know how this has gotten this far. I have the transcripts right here in front of me. And they clearly states, and he even clearly states, that the officer admits that he had no probable calls, and then the judge even stated in court
All
at the
right, hold on,
preliminary that he
Mr.
did.
Marlin, that you answered my question. I've got a handwritten motion to reduce bond. Are you aware of that from the defendant in pro per, Mr. Dovitz?
Yes, you granted that, I believe, at our last hearing, Your Honor.
All right. All right, give us a new date, Madam Clerk, and re-refer it to the defender for appointment of counsel. I'll grant your motion to withdraw.
So the defendant sent in a motion in pro per while he still had a lawyer, technically. So I have a feeling this guy is going to attempt to represent himself because his lawyer's withdrawing from the case. Yeah, if your lawyer says the plea deal is the best you can do, buddy, you fled from the cops. What do you want, really? Other than, being let off and no charges for your very destructive actions. If you deserve to be let off, cool. But if your lawyer doesn't think that, you should probably trust your lawyer. I don't think it is, but I might be wrong. This is Michigan, and we know some things are funky there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm picking on Michigan. But Brian Boggs comes from there, and he's funky. All right. Yeah, I don't know. But that's just, he filed it, a handwritten motion in pro per to reduce bond. The judge granted it, but he still had counsel. Not anymore.
Do you need an order from me, Your Honor?
No.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Good luck, Mr.
And
Marlin.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Go ahead.
My doctors are trying to get MRI, and they can't do it with the tether on. Is it any possible way I could get it removed, or someone from the tether company can come up there with me? And
it wasn't a plea. It was just a motion. So maybe it's different.
remove it so they can do an MRI, because they have to check they're trying to scan my head and my back and my shoulder from the accident. And I can't get it with the tether being on. And they need it.
What tether company are you with?
House arrest services.
Call them, try and work that out. Tell them I said it's okay to do that, but they need to put it immediately back on after the MRI is over. And if you have an issue, call the court or have your new attorney call the court. We'll deal with it.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
That request is granted.
But he has to put it immediately back on, right? This is
That's what I said, Mr. Sorrentino.
8 prior felonies. So
Yep.
thanks, Judge. What's the new date?
Felonies.
March 8th at 9:30.
Thank you.
Okay, court calls People versus Graves.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Benjamin Beer on behalf of Mr. Graves this morning.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Judge, we have a plea in this case where Mr. Graves will be tendering a plea of guilty to counts 1, 2, and 3, dismiss count 4, and dismiss the habitual notice.
Okay. Yes, they're dismissing habitual, but that means that he would have qualified for it to have been considered a habitual offense. Listen to his charges. Watch his mannerisms. And tell me, do you think he's under the influence or not?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Swear the defendant.
Client.
Shelley, swear the defendant.
Sorry, Judge. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
You'll have to unmute yourself, Mr. Graves. Unmute yourself. There you are. Okay.
Yes,
Answer the
yes,
question, Mr. Graves.
yes, I swear.
All right. State your name.
Eugene Emery Graves.
You understand all the rights your attorney has explained to you in connection with this plea?
Yes,
It's my understanding you wish to plead guilty to the charge of operating while intoxicated with a third offense notice. Operating while intoxicated with an occupant less than 16. And count 3, also operating while intoxicated occupant less than 16. Is that right?
yes,
Do you understand the maximum penalty you may receive with respect to each of those with respect to the OWI, third is up to 5 years in prison?
He's a
Yes.
lawyer.
Do you understand the maximum penalty for your 2 counts of operating while intoxicated occupant less than 16 is up to 1 year in jail?
yes,
Do you understand the plea bargain agreement, sir?
yes, sir.
You're pleading guilty to those 3 charges, correct?
Yes,
In return, the prosecutor is willing to dismiss count 4 and the habitual notice, correct?
yes,
Is that to complete the plea bargain agreement, sir?
yes,
Is everything you expect from the plea bargain agreement set forth on the record?
yes,
Are you accepting the plea bargain agreement of your own free will and choice?
yes,
Have there been any promises or threats to get you to plead guilty today?
no, sir.
Do you understand you will not at a later date be able to claim there were promises or threats that caused you to plead guilty?
Yes,
Have there been any such promises or threats, Mr. Sorrentino,
No, Judge.
counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Please
Well-
tell me what you did, sir, on September 5th, 2023 in the city of St. Clair Shores. Lead you to
I was-
believe you're guilty of those 3 felonies.
I was driving down the road with my 2 daughters in the car and everything, and I forgot where I was at and everything, and I just pulled over, and the police pulled me over and found that I was impaired.
All right, so you operated your vehicle on a public highway, sir?
Yes,
I want everybody right now, take just a moment and put in the chat your guess on what his blood alcohol was. His BAC. Just put your guess. I'm going to give it just a second here. I'm going to basically count to 10. And then I'm going to start the clip again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, guys. Let's see who gets the closest.
And do you have a stipulation on the blood alcohol?
Judge, I can't find the blood results, but I'd stip that it was over 0.08 grams or more per 100 milliliters of blood.
Counsel?
Your Honor, I believe it, from Mr. Sorrentino was a 0.319 of the blood test.
Okay, and you'll stipulate to that result?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see who got closest. I think we got to give it. There were several that were. Oh, let's see, because it was 0.319. Oh, Shane. Holy buckets. I think Shane's the winner. He's 1/100. Is it 1/100th of a point off? 0.319. No, he's 1/1000th of a point off. Congratulations, Shane. Wow, good job, buddy. Yeah, good job, buddy. I'll have to think of a prize for you. Well, this ain't The Price is Right. This is closer to Pressure Luck. Oh, I missed that show. Big money, big money, big money, no whammies, and stop. Yes, absolutely. You guys are both rock stars. Well, we love you anyways. Oh, uh-oh. I might have to put the clip back on and disappear for a minute. Hello?
And how many drinking and driving offenses is this for this defendant, Mr. Sorrentino?
He has, May 8th, 2015.
Just give me the number, counsel. How many?
Two, Your Honor.
So that's a true third, Mr. Sorrentino?
I'm looking, Judge. So
All right.
2012.
All right, while you're doing that, let me go back to Mr. Graves. And Mr. Graves, your two daughters, each of them is under 16 years of age?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Sorrentino, what during the priors, then give me that information when you find it.
I found two, Judge, and sir, were you previously convicted on or about May 8th, 2015 in the 36th District Court of Operating While Impaired?
Yes.
And sir, were you previously convicted on March 25th, 2002 in the 36th District Court of Operating While Impaired?
Yes.
Satisfied. I believe
All
it's
right,
a true.
has the court complied with the court rule?
Yes, Judge.
You have, Your Honor.
All right, and we had a previous COBS discussion. There was nothing on it on the record today. You had asked for the bottom of the guidelines and I had agreed, just for the record, correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, do you understand that I've agreed to cap your sentence at the bottom of the guidelines, whatever they might be?
Yes.
All right, sir, to the charge of operating while intoxicated with a third offense notice, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Court will accept the plea. Operating while intoxicated with an occupant less than 16, count 2, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Operating while intoxicated with an occupant less than 16, count 3, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll refer the matter to probation for substance abuse assessment and a PSI. I'll set sentencing for
March 12th at 9:30.
All right, March 4th.
12th.
March 4th or 12th?
I can go to trial.
March 12th at 9:30.
All right, March 12th.
All right.
Okay.
Call the next case.
You can sign off,
Judge
Mr.
Court,
Graves.
please. People versus Adams.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
Timothy Yang on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Ben.
Judge, we're working towards a resolution, but there's significant amount of restitution in this case. In addition, you know, looking at her criminal history, I dug up her old case and this case appears in a different way, a lot like the old case. Kind of a setup where she was involved, even though she's only charged with false report of a felony. The felony itself was a setup so that she could possibly participate in the stealing of these cell phones, would be my guess. I'm going to continue to try to work with the company that the phones were stolen from. But with all that being said, if we could have a new date and we'll see where we're at.
That's
at
fine,
testing.
Ms. Tarantino. New date, Shelley.
March 6th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Court calls People versus Griffin.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge Freddy, two in the court staff, Paul Miscavige. I represent the defendant, Mr. Joseph Griffin, who's with us via Zoom this morning.
All right, have you reviewed the reports from EMS Tether with respect to his violation?
I have, Your Honor, and I also received a copy of the bench warrant, which Your Honor signed, I believe, on January 24th. I was able to provide a copy to my client, I believe, just yesterday via email. At this point in time, it appears there's already a bench warrant issued for his arrest and also the alleged bond violation, Judge.
All right, so why did he show up, or why did he comply with his interview requirements, counsel?
Your Honor, it appears my client is struggling with alcohol, as evident by the alleged bond violations in regards to the probation pre-sentence interview that was scheduled. I don't believe he has any good reason why he did not show up for that interview.
And so he admits drinking on the occasions when the Tether registered it?
No, Your Honor. Oh.
I'm talking to you, Mr. Miscavige.
Judge, it appears he is not admitting that he's been drinking while on the.
Well, what did you mean when you said he's still struggling with alcohol as evidenced by the violations?
Well, Your Honor, the court may recall this isn't the second time we've been before Your Honor in regards to the same or similar bond violations. My client has a Scram Tether on presently. There's been positive alcohol readings. There's been tamperings. There were positive alcohol readings and tamperings before, which caused the bonding company to go out and pick him up at his house. He was arraigned on the charges at the time we effectuated the plea. Judge, in regards to the bench warrant that was issued, they're recommending that my client be remanded to the Macomb County Jail so that they can complete the probation pre-sentence report. And it appears that we still have sentencing scheduled on the 15th of February. I'm not sure if that date could still, if that gives the probation department enough time to conduct the interview.
All right, Mr. Sorrentino, any input?
I mean, at this point, it'd probably just be easier and to put them in so we can get all the PSI done and make sure that we keep the streets safe. Clearly, I can understand Mr. Griffin's got a significant problem, but that's probably the best avenue at this point.
Right. And did you review the letter from EMS outlining the multiple violations, Mr. Miscavige?
I did.
All right, so he's had multiple violations. Clearly, he's drinking. He's charged with operating while intoxicated, causing injury. Do you still have the tether on, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, sir.
What's his bond, Shelley?
Judge, right now his bond is 5,000 personal with the Scram Tether.
All right, I'm gonna change his bond. I'm gonna set his bond at 100,000 cash surety, no 10%, and continue the Scram Tether. I thought I granted a motion in November to switch to alcohol monitoring. Did that happen?
Judge, you
Correct, yes, it did.
You did in fact grant my motion to switch him over to the SoberLink device. However, after my client had the Scram Tether removed, he never got the SoberLink installed, which caused him to be picked up by EMS Tether company. And then the court.
Then what happened? Then what happened? What tether does he have on now?
And then we appeared before Your Honor at the time the plea was effectuated back in December, and Your Honor switched him back to the Scram Tether, which he's been on since December. So he's never on the SoberLink at all, even though Your Honor granted my request to have him switched over from the Scram Tether to the SoberLink.
Okay, so it's 100,000 cash surety, no 10%, and I'll continue the Scram Tether requirement. He's to turn himself into the jail by 7 p.m. this evening. We'll keep the bench warrant in effect until he actually reports to the jail. If he does report, Mr. Miscavige, it's incumbent upon you to notify the court so we can set aside the bench warrant. And we'll need a new sentencing date. They're not going to be able to get it done by the 15th. Madam Clerk.
Judge, March 12th at 9:30.
All right. Well, give us something sooner than that, given his
Okay, Judge.
incarceration. Give us something in, mid-February.
March, oh.
February, mid-February.
February, okay. Let me look at the date here, Judge.
Judge, it's currently
All right,
set.
I know the date,
February
10, 11, 12, 13, babe, set it for February 13th at 9:30.
13th? Okay, Judge.
And that's, he should turn himself into the bond or make bail today, I guess, is another option for him. All right, next case.
Judge, court calls People versus Setter.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of people.
Anyone appearing for the defendant?
Miss O'Mara was, I saw her.
Passer.
Oh, looks like she's not here. We'll
Pass,
call
next
that.
case.
Court calls People versus Walston.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of people.
Morning, Your Honor. Matthew Kolodziejski on behalf of Mr. Walston.
Go ahead.
Judge, defendant's going to plead guilty to count 1, failure to return rented property 20,000 or more. That plea is pursuant to 771.1. If the defendant pays full restitution in the amount of $20,661.20 during the probationary period, the people will reduce to failure to return rented property 200 to 1,000. If the defendant were to fail to pay restitution, the original charge will abstract.
Requestation, counsel.
It is, Your Honor.
All right, swear the defendant.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Sir, state your name.
Cameron Walston.
Do you understand all the rights your attorney has explained to you in connection with this plea?
Yes.
And you've gotten assigned advice rights to the court, counsel?
I filed it yesterday, Your Honor.
All right, sir, it's my
Yes.
understanding you to plead guilty to the charge of failure to return rented property over $20,000. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand, sir, the maximum penalty you may receive is up to 10 years in prison?
Yes.
I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes.
Have there been any promises or threats to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Do you understand you'll not at a later date be able to claim there are promises or threats that cause you to plead guilty?
Yes.
Have there been any such promises or threats, Mr. Sorrentino?
No, Judge.
Counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me what you did, sir, on May 21st, 2023 in Sterling Heights. Lead
have
you
what
believe
here?
you're guilty of that offense. Yes, go ahead, counsel.
Mr. Walston, on that date, did you enter a Home Depot in the city of Sterling Heights?
Yes.
And did you rent a Kubota tractor and trailer that was valued at over $20,000 pursuant to a rental agreement?
Yes.
And did you willfully neglect to return that property after the time that was provided in the written notice that was mailed by Home Depot?
Yes.
I'm satisfied.
And did you do the value is over 20,000? We said that, right?
Yes,
Correct.
Your Honor.
All right, sir, to the charge of failure to return rented property 20,000 or more, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Carl, accept the plea guilty, refer to probation. I'll set sentencing for.
March 12th at 9:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, court calls People versus Jones.
Anthony
This is
Sorrentino.
our walk-in, Judge.
Your Honor, good morning. Josh Jones appearing on behalf of Mr. William Jones. And I believe his wife, Gigi Jones, is on Zoom on his behalf outside of his hospital room. I indicate that because I believe she's struggling with service today in connecting with Zoom and why she had to
Let's
step
see in
out.
the hospital before, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. If the court recalls, last time we were here, he was in the hospital. He had been approximately 2.5 months. He was assaulted severely, Your Honor, and he still continues to be in the hospital. He has approximately 1 month left before he's transferred to a nursing home. He's on bed rest for the rest of his life. He needs assistance in using
Was
the
he
restroom.
able to proceed to sentencing this morning?
Due to the technology, I don't believe so, not for the court to appear in
All
front
right,
of.
that's fine. Give us a new date more than 30 days out, counsel. I mean, Madam Clerk.
Yes, Judge. Let's do March 8th at 9:30.
All right, make an effort, counsel, to have the technology available on that date.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll do everything I can.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So set aside. No,
Did
it's
we
not
issue
right.
a bench warrant?
It was a whole 48 hours. so.
Okay, yeah, set that aside and we'll just go with the new date.
Hey, Judge, court calls People versus Giroux. This is a walk-in also. I believe that was sent to you this morning at 9:34. I'm sorry, 9:23.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Nick Teller on behalf of Ms. Garreau. Your Honor, today is the date and time that she walked in. I had advised her, she had contacted me on the 22nd. I advised her that she missed her sentencing and the pre-sentence investigation. I contacted the court. The court gave me either today or 2 days prior. I advised my client. She never got back to me, but apparently she did appear by Zoom. In reviewing my records, Your Honor, it indicates that she did leave me a message, a missed call on January 8th, advising that she was at the rehab in Flint in the Odyssey House.
Well, rehab's no excuse from missing your interview and or your sentencing date. Did she not appear for sentencing either?
That's correct. That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm very much inclined to remand her to the jail. Then we don't have to worry about her showing up. What's your thought on that, counsel?
Sir, I've been in
Well,
treatment since December 1st.
I didn't talk
can't
to you,
just.
Ms. Giroux. Don't interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Talwar.
Yeah, that's my understanding, Your Honor. She has been in rehab. I guess she's proactive in addressing her substance abuse, alcohol abuse issues. So that's one good thing. We know now where she's at. She advised she's at the Odyssey House in Flint.
All right, I'm not going to remand her. Ma'am, you need to call probation today and set up your interview. We're gonna check by the end of the day. If you haven't called, I'm gonna issue a bench warrant or I'll reinstate the bench warrant for your arrest. So actually, keep the bench warrant, Madam Clerk, in till the end of the day. And
Okay, Judge.
call probation at the end of the day. If they have heard from her and have a meeting, you can set aside. If not, it will remain active.
Is it
You
the-
understand that, Ms. Giroux?
I'm just wondering, where do I call the Macomb County Circuit probation, or I'm not sure where to call?
Shelley, do you have that number handy?
330.
Okay. Thank you. Do I have
All right,
another
that's
court
complete the
date?
docket, Madam Clerk.
I'm sorry, Judge?
Did Miss O'Meara come back on Setter?
No, I did not get her yet.
Is
Madam
Setter
Clerk?
on?
I'm
Or is that
sorry?
a jailer?
No, I have not seen Mr. Sutter at all. Unless Galaxy J2? Not sure who this is.
Just hold tight, Miss Giroux.
Okay.
Did Miss O'Meara appear? Was she on for some period of
She
time?
did, yeah, she did appear and she did check in with me.
I'm gonna move to my settlement conferences. Let me know by text what's happening with Setter.
Okay, Judge.
Judge, regarding the reinstating bond,
Well, we are at the end of the day if she has contacted probation. If not, it'll
Thank you.
still be an active bench warrant, and I guess counsel, you'll have to bring her in next week.
Judge, how long do we want to sit around for Setter? The actual defendant.
Well, not at all. I mean, it's 10 o'clock if he hasn't appeared, but we need to hear from Miss O'Meara
Okay.
before we do anything, and we'll wait, I guess, another 10 minutes for her.
Judge, do you want to set a new date on Mr. O?
Yes, yeah, new sentence date out 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks.
Okay, well, we will go out to March 12th.
That's fine.
So that's the sentence date. You need to explain to her counsel that that's the date she has to be on Zoom, and she has to diligently contact probation to make sure they get the PSI prepared by that date.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
welcome.
Good luck, Mr. Giroux.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Anthony, this Sutter case is a consumer. Are you doing it or is somebody else doing it?
I'm here for it.
Okay. Just didn't know how many people I was looking for. I'm wondering if this Galaxy J2 is him. Hi, sir. Can you give me your name, please?
Raymond Sutter.
Okay. I didn't want to assume. I'm going to rename your thing here. Thank you. It'll just be a few minutes. We're waiting for your attorney to come back. Ms. O'Meara, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. It'll be just 2 seconds. Right, Judge, court calls People versus Sutter.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Catherine O'Meara, P53823 on behalf of Raymond Sutter.
All right, Ms. O'Meara, why weren't you on Zoom when we called your case?
Your Honor, I had zoomed in at 9:20 and then I was in St. Clair Shores. I got called onto the record in St. Clair Shores, so
That's
I
fine.
left.
Where's your client?
Right there.
I believe he's on the Zoom.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Sorrentino.
At this time, defendant will plead guilty to count 1 with 771.1 to be reduced to a misdemeanor embezzlement, 200 to 1,000 if the defendant pays back $13,910 in full and complies with all of the court's orders.
All right,
Your Honor, I failed to ask Mr. Sorrentino if they would agree to a no contest plea.
I have no objection to that. I don't know if you can do 771 though with no contest.
Okay.
Look, just looking at the statute itself, it says pleads guilty or is found guilty of.
And another thing, Your Honor, Mr. Sutter has a very bad case of the flu today. He's on Zoom, but he's very slow in response. I don't know that he's really, his mind is all here today. He is asking if we could have like a 1-week adjournment just so he could be healthy when he does his.
Let's try and get through it. What's your thought on the no contest, Ms. Sorrentino?
So I'm looking at the statute. If the defendant has been found guilty upon verdict or plea is what the language is. So
yeah, so no to contest, Ms. O'Meara. She still
okay. Yes.
All right, swear the defendant.
Can you raise your right hand? Mr. Sutter?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your name, sir.
Raymond William Sutter.
Do you understand all the rights your attorney has explained to you in connection with this plea, sir?
Yes.
It's my understanding, sir, you wish to plead guilty to the charge of embezzlement between $1,000 and $20,000. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the max penalty you may receive is up to 5 years in prison?
Yes.
Have there been any promises or threats to get you to plead guilty today, sir?
No, sir.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will and choice?
Yes.
Do you understand you will not at a later date be able to claim there were promises or threats that caused you to plead guilty today?
Yes.
Have there been any such promises or threats, Mr. Sorrentino?
no, Judge.
Ms. O'Meara?
No, Your Honor.
Please tell me, sir, what you did on August 14th, 2019 in the city of Warren leads you to believe you're guilty of that offense.
Mr. Sorrentino, can you voir dire?
Sure. Sir, were you previously employed at Cold Heading Company?
Yes,
And over the course of your employment, you stole approximately $14,000 worth of tools over a period of few months? And that was a yes, Mr. Sutter?
yes,
And you pawned those items for cash?
yes,
And at the time you did that, you had been working there, correct?
yes, sir.
And you did not have the consent of the owner or your supervisor to do the stealing?
No, sir.
I think I'm satisfied, Judge. Let me just
Ms.
check.
O'Meara, are you satisfied?
Satisfied.
Sir, to the charge of embezzlement between 1,000 and 20,000, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Crow, accept the plea. I'll refer to probation for PSI. I'll set sentencing for.
March 14th at 9:30.
And Shelley, I need a review date in 1 year. 1 year from the
Judge.
sentence date, make it.
1 year from the sentence date, okay. So assuming March 14th, 2025 is a good day. Let's look here. March, that would be a Friday, Judge. So March 14th at 9:30.
All right, and we did
2025.
another 771, and I think we neglected to set a review date. Pick a review date in that case, Shelley, 1 year from the sentence date, and notify defense counsel, Mr. Sorrentino, of that date.
Will do, Judge.
Have
All
a
right.
good weekend. Go
Thank you.
Lions.
Same, yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. You're welcome.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Shelley, I'll stay on if you want to pick that date. I forget which case it was.
It was,
Was it Walston? Wasn't Walston paying money?
Hi, everybody. So we get Zoom from car, but unfortunately it's me. Oh. I'm here. So yeah, she messaged me and she's like, I gotta be just a little longer. They're taking the last thing off the trailer. And I was like, oh, how much longer? Because I'm gonna have to jump on and turn the camera and mic off when you get in the car. She's like, okay, well, so and so needs a ride. I'll tell them that that's what's going on. And my battery is down to 20%. This is just, I may have to end it, but we'll see how this goes. I was really hoping to do a little bit longer, but it doesn't seem like tonight's the night for that. Yeah, my fabulous self right there. You know, right there. But I think, oh, kids trying to tell me. I know, it is. It really, really is. It's always an adventure with me. Oh, I'm always laughing, Becky D. What else can I do, love? I'm gonna laugh or I'm gonna cry, and I'd rather not. But, oh, good golly. Okay, now 2 kids need a ride home plus mine. So I'm going to, and I gotta stop and get gas. I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm sorry. I'm glad I got to let the clip run out, and I'm glad I got to spend time with you guys in chat. When I get home, I will try to come back on. If y'all are still awake, come join me. I love you guys. If I haven't said it. Oh, thank you. Most people seem to like it. Some people say it's creepy. Whatever. It's mine. Oh, and I can't believe how many people say it's fake. Like, actually, you know what? It's just the reality is they think I'm the best actress in the entire world. Because for me to be able to keep up a fake laugh for this long, since October, that laugh, like, you think if I was doing a fake laugh, I would choose that one? Really? So, yeah, I must be the best actress ever. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Chadaskadam. I know, right? Why would I want to? Why? Seriously. All right. I'm going to let you guys go, and I will be back soon. I love you. Don't forget about me. I love you. Much love.